In this video, I'm going to be talking about PowerShell, pwsh, which is provided on Linux platform as well as Windows. On Windows, it's called PowerShell. As you can see, this prompt, this is the prompt for PowerShell. And then the scripting language is called PowerShell. It's very powerful, and it is a shell scripting language, which means that it's similar to like Python, but Python is a lot more in terms of modules. And now you can say PowerShell is also a lot more. And then I'm going to prove it to you that yes, the integration of PowerShell with Linux, it is making PowerShell very, very powerful scripting language, whether you are working on Windows platform or Linux platform or Unix platform or Red Hat Linux or SUSE version, or SUSE, whatever, Linux Ubuntu, a Rocky version. There's a version of PowerShell package that is provided either in the RPM for Fedora distribution or a Debian version for Ubuntu, which I'm going to show you next. So once you install it, basically you get PowerShell, and then that's the integration of Bash, Linux, Unix, Python, GCC, everything that you can run on Linux operating system, as well as everything that you can run on Windows operating system, and then you can integrate them together. Watch my other video that I showed the integration of the two, but I'm going to show you on this video what is pwsh, which stands for PowerShell. That's again PowerShell. And then this one stands for PowerShell long-term support. So I'm going to show you both of this utility or scripting language that is running on Linux Ubuntu. And let's get started with that one. So I have a lot of other videos here. I'm not gonna continue with the rest of the videos, but I'm going to just introduce you to my website, which is MyWebUniversity.com. You can find all kind of documentation for everything that you are learning on Linux platform in PDF format. So whether it's Red Hat Rocky Linux or Red Hat Enterprise or Rocky Linux, and it's not Red Hat anymore. It is Fedora Rocky, and then Red Hat Linux, which is also Fedora distribution, and then dynamic generation of PDF files on the Linux Ubuntu, or Linux manual pages on PDF files, or Linux bash scripting on PowerShell. So this video that I showed you last time, I showed you how to install PowerShell integrated using the Microsoft packages, and that is here that you're welcome to use that one. In addition, I made some other videos that was available for you. If you're looking for the manual pages or documentation, whether you're looking for bash scripting or anything, you can find all of those ones under these chapter 10 or 9 through chapter 14 of my book, The Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu, which is all online. Whichever one you click on, for example, if you click on Red Hat Rocky, Rocky Linux Fedora distribution, you can just get all of this PDF files in one page, and then you can just read the PDF files there. In addition, if you're just looking for Linux Ubuntu or Red Hat or whichever one, you're welcome to look at them. Let me show you the dynamic generation of Linux manual pages on PDF files. So if you're looking at this one and click on the bash, for example, and then I already did this one and generated this bash.pdf, you can see the entire bash script, which is 84 pages, with for statement, if statement, while statement, all the syntax are here for you in a PDF format, nicely ready for you to explore. At the same time, if you're just looking for further documentation, you're welcome to just look at the reference sections and then see if there's more URL that you can just go through them. And then let's say you're looking for PowerShell, see if I give you the PowerShell. At this time, I did not provide the PowerShell manual pages here, but I will do it at a later date there. Yet you can get all other commands, like if we were looking for Go language, you can get the PDF files, and if you are looking for Java or Node.js, anything, you just go there and then search for it and you will find it. Like a node for Node.js is there. And then for Node.js, obviously there's more URL that is showing on the website. As you can see here, nodejs.org API calls that you can go and get the further documentation. I'm not gonna just open all of these ones just one by one. So you're welcome to explore and then start learning. But I want to show you some of the resource that I made it available, that it is kind of developer's dream, that if you just go on one page and then let's say you're looking for Red Hat Enterprise Linux, about 12,000 technical documentation all together for you. And if you say, what about Python, something like this, you can search for Python 3. And then here I just generate the PDF file for you on Python. But there's a lot more documentation, so a lot of resource on my website. I built it for you. At the same time, if you're watching this video, I have more than 1.3K of videos available for you and different topics of computer science and IT related. So you are a sysadmin, a developer, a Windows person, a Linux person, a Unix person, a Python programmer, C, C++, Bash scripting, awk programming, you're just doing tech support, anything, I have something for you to help you out. And if you are just a beginner's level or intermediate or advanced level, you will learn something out of it. And if there's not enough videos, there are about 32,000 PDF files just on one page. Like let's say I go to chapter 3 on the documentation here, all these videos for every chapter, as long as you're learning the commands, you could go to these chapters and go to intermediate level. For chapter 2 would be beginner level, and then basic level. Chapter 4 would be advanced level, like here. And then for each section, I'm showing you the what is section, the manual pages, the examples, and then for each example that you can practice it online. You don't have to be sitting in front of a Linux machine. All you need is a browser and internet access and the desire to learn. You click on it and then you start learning the command and practice it on the fly and see the output on your screen on the browser, okay? So that is something that I provide you chapter by chapter, and these videos are all explaining those section for you. There's a lot of resources for learning. If you're shell scripting, go to chapter 5, and then all these shell scripts or explain everything one by one, and it's run here that displays the output. And if you click on the script, you can cut and paste it and practice it at your own machine, or just try to look at the content here in a text file. When you're opening it here, you can also run Linux command and then get the output on the screen here. So if you say, I know ls-l command, I know df-h command, I know calendar command, I know the date command, everything that you run is dynamically generated. For example, if I make this screen a little bit bigger, you can see when I type in date, it just displays May 28, 2253 Pacific date time. And then if I just say calendar, it just says calendar of that. So the options for learning is unlimited and limitless. I mean, there's so much for you to learn. All these videos for shell scripting, I made it for you to learn shell scripting. On top of it, if you're just kind of learning more, you can come on the main page and then click on this video. You can learn Python or NumPy, other modules here, Advanced Linux. All these videos are posted here, as well as you can go to my YouTube channel.
Great people are self-managing. They don't need to be managed. If they know what, if once they know what to do, they'll go figure out how to do it. They don't need to be managed at all. What they need is a common vision. And that's what leadership is. What leadership is having a vision, being able to articulate that so the people around you can understand it, and getting a consensus on a common vision. We wanted people that were insanely great at what they did, but we're not necessarily those seasoned professionals, but who had at the tips of their fingers and in their passion, the latest understanding of where technology was and what we could do with that technology.
That is so true. I mean, God bless Steve Jobs when he made that comment. I really like it because a lot of the technical people, everything is at their fingertips, but the great leader makes it available for you, which is, I'm not claiming that I'm one of the greatest leader, but I'm just saying that I made all of these resources at your fingertips. So you could just go and click on a few buttons and start learning. For example, if you go to my website here and then say, well, I just know that you have the basics for chapter 2. Can I start learning using chapter 2? Yes, you do. This is 30 commands here. For each of them that you click on, you get to use them, as well as these videos. I show it on videos on the Linux Basic in one video in English and also in Farsi for people that they don't speak English. The country that I was born was Kabul, Afghanistan, which I love the most. And then obviously I love America because I was raised also most of my time in America and got educated with Bachelor of Science and Master of Science in Computer Science. And God bless my brother, actually helped me a lot more in my life. And I owe him my life to him. And so I dedicated all my book to him. But if you look at this command, like for example, I showed you the calendar, you can just click on calendar and then I run the output and display it on your browser here. And then if you just say calendar of 1931, this is just a epoch was calendar January 1st of 1931 was the epoch of Unix operating system, which started at Bell Laboratory by Dennis Ritchie and Ken Thompson at Bell Laboratory, and then later on that company become Lucent. Lucent merged with Bell Laboratory, and then that become Alcatel, and Alcatel become some other Nokia, and now it's, I believe, Nokia. You can watch all of that one. But let's say you want to say, what about I want to run to just only get January 1st of this one? Yes, you can. If you just want to make a usage of this one, you can run any command. So like any command that I allow it, for example, right? So now I'm going to show you some of these commands with PowerShell that you can run it. So if you're watching it from these videos, whether you learn it from the website or the YouTube channel, and then I just make these videos for you to enhance your career. And then I hope that you pass the knowledge that you learn to other people and help the community that you live in, so we have a better, environment around us, and then everybody has a job and everybody can support their family and loved ones, and everybody's happy. So with that in mind, let me just show you on a Linux Ubuntu machine here that I'm logged on a virtual machine, how I can show you PowerShell. So I'm going to log in on my screensaver here that it is there. I'm on this directory currently, sorry, clear screen. So I type in, like, for example, calendar on the browser, and I got that when I type date. I could type in df-h, ls-l, clear screen, pwd, who, all of these information is showing that what it is there, right? As you can see, OS dash release. So all of these details are just there. But now I want to show you on this directory, I also have a .debian package. This .debian package, because I'm on Ubuntu machine, I could say file PowerShell tab and then just say, so it says it's a .debian distribution. Notice that on the etc-os-release, it tells me that that distribution is Debian. So that means I have to install this Debian package, which I already did last time. So if I say ls-l, notice that this one is PowerShell long-term support. So if I say Debian pkg-l PowerShell long-term support, it tells me that this PowerShell is already installed. And then I could also say, okay, that's great. Then let me just see the same command. And instead of -l, I want to get a long listing. This is showing all the packages that are there. So if I just do the same thing and then do a pipe more, you can see that it's under OPT, Microsoft, and then PowerShell, and then version 7 long-term support. These are dynamic link libraries that are PowerShell script reads, and then all those files and all the binaries, everything are all here, right? So if I say do this and then show me grep -i ben, and then I say, well, there's one PowerShell and there's one PowerShell long-term support. So if I say which pwsh, then it says that it's installed on the user ben pwsh. If I say file user ben pwsh, it tells me symbolic link to this directory. And so if I say, okay, read a link, user ben pwsh, it tells me that this is the binary, the actual binary. This one also says that this is a PowerShell symbolic link to this. So if I do the same command here, instead of file, I do ls-ld, that tells me that it is L here, means a symbolic link, and the name of the binary is pwsh, which is symbolic link, and then symbolic link to what? This is a pointer, an alias pointing to this path, and that was what was revealed on the read link output. So that is a file of that one. If I just do a file on this one, you can see that that one is basically an executable link format, right? And that's executable link format 64-bit. Uname dash M machine type is x86 64-bit. Uname dash P for platform is also there. So now I have this one. I say which pwsh. I say that okay, that's great. And then I say pwsh, run it. Now I am on the prompt shell of PowerShell with the directory that I started this one. And then if I just do a pwd, it says that I'm on the home Wahid pwd. Notice this pwd is a command that is on Linux. So can I run any command? Yes, I can run cat etc-os-release, and then I see in Linux. Can I say df-h? Yes. Any command that I know on Linux, it is working here, including some utilities and programs and the scripts like Python dash version. It is there, Python 3 dash uppercase V, or Python itself dash V. They're all pointing to the same one. If I want to get into Python, I can get that one. And then if I know Python syntax, obviously I know because I made a lot of videos for you. I could say, for example, let's say import OS module, and then say os.system, and then I'm gonna do a uname-a, and then run that command. You can see that I'm in there. And if instead of uname-a, if I say run the calendar, it will run the calendar. Run the df-h. So now I'm inside PowerShell, which PowerShell invoked Python 3, and then I'm inside Python 3 running the OS module there. So if I just say import math module and or import math as M, and then dir of M would be giving me the same thing as dir of math. And those are the function that are there. So like if I do an M dot square root of to the power of a square root of 49, that would be 7, right? And then I could say, well, let's do pow function, and this is object oriented, math dot pow of 2 to the power of 7, let's say 2 to the power of math dot square root, and then I just have to pass that on. It gives me that. So if I just do this one of 100, then what is going to be there? The output would be to the power of 10, which is 1024. And then I could also say pow of to the power of 10, because that math function and pow is also a built-in function within Python. So there's a lot of things that you can do with Python, like for range, for num and range of, let's say, 10 numbers, and then just say, let's do a printf statement. And then inside here, we're going to just say num colon hello world. So we could do this hello world and then just close it. And then now I did that one, but printf statement is not there. I wanted to do a if statement. Print would work like that one. So os.system. Let me just clear the screen so you can see it better, and I could see it better. This one is clear command on Linux, so I'm going to do that for num here, and then move this one, and instead of this, I just do that one. Now it works. So then at this time, if I exit out of this one, I could also pass on further argument, but let's say I exit out of Python. Now I'm back on PowerShell. So now if I just say run top command, it is opening a top command here. But at the same time, you say, Wahid, everything that you're showing me is Linux. Where's the PowerShell? I will show you that one too. So let's just do something like ps command, ps minus CFA. You can see all that command here. But if I want to see the PowerShell PS version, on Windows, let me just open a Windows PowerShell command here. So depending on what version you want to use, this is the Windows version that I opened already here as root. Let me just exit out of this one. I'm going to open it as regular user, pwsh, and this is PowerShell on Windows, right? So if I just say alias PS, notice that PS stands for get dash process. Get dash process is actual command. So get dash command, get dash process, you can see that is there. Help, get dash process, and all that thing. If you say get dash help and get dash process, it's there. A lot of the commands that are there, you can get it with examples, or you could just say get dash command dash noun process. Then noun is without P. Sorry about that. So you can see all the processes there. Get dash process, debug process, start process, wait process. So if I say get dash process here, I should get all the processes here. And if I say start dash process, let's say I start notepad, I could start a notepad and it will start it here. And now if I just say get dash process dash name notepad, so I could search it by name notepad, and then it will show that one. Or get dash process dash PID for ID, and then the process ID in this case is a large number 14488, then it will show that one. But if I want to just kill that process, I could say dash kill, and then that will kill the notepad. Dash kill, by the way, is kill is alias to a stop process. You can see a stop process. But some of these aliases, like alias PS is on Linux, because PS is actual command. There's no alias here on the PS on the Linux. So if I say alias PS, you see that it's not finding. So there's a little bit different on some of the thing, because which PS is actually user bin PS is a binary file, user bin PS, it's not an alias, so it's an executable link format. PS-EFA, it will give you the command output. Similarly, like for example, get-process is going to run like a PS command on Linux machine. So get-process, and then if you just are doing for some process to just look for VirtualBox here, then you can do that one by the name of VirtualBox, and get-process, and here maybe dash name VirtualBox, and then you will see VirtualBox store. Everything process name is there with VirtualBox client there. You can also do a where object and then all that thing, which I'm going to teach you a lot of it on Debian, not on PowerShell at Windows as well. So let's show you more the power of PowerShell integrated. So I'm right here, clear screen. Notice that if I do a clear screen on this one, and then I could do a clear screen of this, and also does this. So notice clear screen of Windows also work. And if I say alias CLS, alias clear screen, you can see clear screen is stand for clear host. So if I just say run the clear command, that's also not available on this. But if I say which clear is actually a Linux command. So if I type in clear, it will clear my screen. Also Control L will do the same thing. So Control L will do the same thing. And then let's just show you a few more things on the package before I just move on with the long-term support. So now I'm on exit out of this one. I'm back in Linux. I could say, okay, I did the Debian packages stuff, and then I could say also apt search apt. And let's say by doing the apt, you can do search, less, info, show, all of them. So let's just do this name and say apt search PowerShell dash long-term support. And you can see it is already installed. When it says installed, that means this package is available. Like I did that Debian PKG dash L, and you can do also dash S for search the PowerShell uppercase dash LTS, and then it will tell you the path to the PowerShell long-term support documentations there as well. And if you do a uppercase L, then it will list it, and then you can see all the packages by typing more, or just like I did the Ben and everything executable. If you just did a grep here, -i Ben, and then you could see that those are there. So another package is called PowerShell dash long-term support, which I told you on my thumbnail here, that I'm showing you the long-term support. And let me just do file user ben pwsh-lts. This is long-term support, meaning that when I run PowerShell dash long-term support, I'm also running the pwsh. So whether I type in pwsh, if I say which pwsh, notice that file user ben pwsh, it is also symbolic link to the same file long-term support that LTS stand for. So whether you type in PowerShell for short or long-term support, it is going to call the same executable, which is 7.4.2. get dash host also gave you the same information on PowerShell version. So you can see this is a hash table. What is the hash table meaning is that it's a key pair value. So key value pairs together. So it's every one of them. Like for example, if I clear my screen here and then say get host, now if I say get dash host as an object dot, which is a member, and then now I will type in an attribute called name, and then it's going to say console host. So it's a key pair value. Similarly, if I want to get the version, I type in version here, it will say 7.4.2. But notice that the way it shows up is in 4 columns here. So if you're looking only for build, that means this hash key dot build would give you the two dot build. I just mistyped the dot instead of type slash. So if you do this one, it will give you the build. And notice that this all information here is just a very useful thing that you can tab it, and then on the IDE, if you are using on Windows, this version does not have the integrated standard environment. It's just the console. So when you do it on the Linux side also, you don't have it. You either use Vim or on Linux side or Visual Studio Code. Last time I showed you on Windows, you can do Visual Studio Code and just run it there. And if you have Visual Studio Code here, which you say which code, then I have already installed it, so I could say code dot, and then that will bring up Visual Studio Code, and then now I can write my PowerShell commands. But if I have not installed the extension, then it's going to be a problem. So yes, I trust this author. I'm going to just say, go ahead, close this welcome page. And then I'm going to look at the extension first to see what I have here. So right here, when you click on the extension, you just have to enable, like what I enabled for Python PowerShell. And then the first one that is coming in is Microsoft PowerShell developers. You just click on it, and then right here you click on install. It's going to take a couple of minutes. Then after that one, you can run Python, PowerShell code inside Visual Studio Code. So since I opened that one inside there, I'm going to wait for it a little bit. But I could also say, well, I have this terminal here. I could just go ahead and run more commands on PowerShell. So at this time, let's say I want to see if get dash process dash name, and then if code is there. Notice this one is already installed in there. It's opening a terminal for me on PowerShell, which is cool. And then I'm going to say, go ahead, that's good. And let me just go into a new terminal and start coding in PowerShell. So if I just say terminal, right here, I could just run the PowerShell commands here. So get dash command, and then you do see that one, get dash command, and then measure dash line. You can see that a number of commands are there. Get dash command dash, let's say tab. All of those arguments that are here is going to be showing for you. Dash name, dash verb, dash noun, dash fully qualified, all of that one. So you can get a lot of the details here, whichever one you want. And then here, if I just say, for example, run the df-h command, and then do a grep on -i on, let's say, program. So you see that one, it's the grep works same way that it works on the Linux. And then at the same time, if I say get dash get dash process, and then I say that dash name VirtualBox and then a star, any process that are a VirtualBox, And then let's just do integration of the two. I could do a grep minus I, let's say client. So if I just search for that one, it's only client. And then I could say, for example, now, this is field to 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's do awk print $7, and then you could see all the files in there. So the process names there. So you can do a combination of commands with this. Some of this command is PowerShell, and then this command grep is Linux, and then awk is also Linux. So you can integrate the two commands. Now the power of PowerShell and Linux and Unix and Bash scripting and all those utilities, everything works all together for you. So there's thousands of commands. Just look at the git dash command store. You will see how many are there. Just for the application, type of application, you can see that there's thousands of them. If you just do that one, and then I'm going to control C out of it because a lot. So you could say word count minus L, and because word count minus L is not git dash command PowerShell native, this is Linux, so it's a little bit overhead. That is, you as a junior or senior or intermediate, from time to time you have to calculate these performance kind of head that you say that, well, look at the dash measure, how fast that one return. But the word count, because it is going from PowerShell into Linux, so there's a lot of read and write IO that is the processor bound together to get that information, where this one is native code of PowerShell. This one is a PowerShell and combined with WSLS. So if I say, for example, ls minus L home wahid, this is going to give me those files. But if I do a word count minus L on it, that's Linux native, so it is fast. But let's do a minus LR, and minus LR, it's a lot of files. So you can see that word count minus L, it is going to take a little bit time, which is that many files are there, 145,000 files. And now if I just do a measure on this side, because this is a Linux command and the other one was measure, I'm inside PowerShell, this one was much faster. So you can see that the native code runs faster than passing on to another code. And so, and that way you see some performance. But on the PowerShell here, since that code is done, I'm doing it all in the console. You don't have to do it on the console. You could just say file, a new file or new text file or whatever. You create a new file and then just give it a name, file a type or enter name. I'm gonna just say test1.PowerShell1. So if you just do that one, inside this directory is the name. So I'm going to say create file. Now it is creating that file. So if I say get dash host, and then that will just give me the information. And then I'm going to just run that one, see it give me the output right there. And then and this screen, I don't need it. So I'm going to terminate it. But here, when I say get host, notice all the information is outputted here. And then I can also run this one on the terminal right here. I could just save it test1.ps1. So now if I do ls minus L test1.ps1, that file is there. Cat minus n test1.ps1, I can see one line of code. Then I say go ahead run it. I could say dot test1.ps1, I source it there. And then I could also say dot slash test1.ps1. Notice I'm putting the /, which is Linux rather than Windows. So when you run it, if I just do this one and then I say get host dot let's say current culture, I do this one and then I say give me a format list. So everything that is on Linux or Unix doesn't matter. I'm inside here on Visual Studio Code. Then I just say save it, and then let's say I say write host, say something, just say hello, or so it doesn't matter what you do, but I want to show you that when you save this one, if I just run these two, it's gonna run that current culture with the format list and a very nice table. And each one of these ones are in a hash table, parent and it's English, and then CID is 1033, key pair value, right? So like, for example, as read only as true, then I could just say, well, let's get this one instead of the read list in that format. I'm gonna say this dot as read. Notice that as soon as I put the dot, is IntelliSense is telling me on Visual Studio Code all of these properties and methods are available. So if it is a method, it will show you something like this kind of icon, like to a string. If I want to just change it to a string, and then as soon as I press enter here, notice that it's a method, so it has to be a left parenthesis, right parenthesis. So now if I run that one, and it just generated that information and saying that this is the output, and then the hello world, the next output is there. So if I say clear screen and say cat minus n test 1.ps1, you can see that it is 2 line and there. And if I want to run it, I obviously go test 1.ps1, it's going to run it with those two output. And let's say instead of two string, I want to just do another one. Let's say I want to get one of the field I say is read only or something. As this, there was one field kind of as read only, yeah. So if I just say is it read only, if this is true, it will just give you output of true. Otherwise, it will tell you it's false. But it is true. It is read only. That one. So a lot of the information, like for example, instead of this one, let's say just I want to write another field, say a $sign PID. Show me the process ID of PowerShell that I started. So this one, it gave me a PowerShell ID here. So here I could say PS minus EF grep minus I PowerShell, and then that would give me the entire PowerShell stuff. But if I just say, let's say PS minus EF, rather than that one, I could say PS minus EFA grep minus I PowerShell, and then grep minus V, grep itself. So this other information that is really long, I don't want to see that one, which is the profile. And then that's also showing the user bin on PowerShell. And then the other one is long-term support. So you could do a search for something like that, or you could say get dash process dash and name, and then PowerShell. And then you can see that that process is there, and this is the process ID of it. So when I say write host $PID, you can see that this 25 to 15 is this number, the one that we spin off. Similarly, if I say PS3 $PID, I'm running the process history of Linux against this process ID. If I just say PWDX $PID, then it says that that's where I started the PWD of that home directory, working directory of executable. That's what PWDX stands for. So there's a lot of commands you can check it. Like if I just do a p top process top, I'm sorry, p map, not top, p map, then it will show all the memory map, PLDD of that process. And that shows the, this one requires root privilege, and that is there. So I have to do a sudo in this case, and then I type in the password here for my sudo, and then you get the output here. Similarly, if I do sudo lsof list of open file for pwd for PID, you can see all the sudo lsof. So let's see if lsof is there or not. Oh, actually minus p for process ID, and then you can get it. Because lsof is there, which lsof is there, but what I needed is -p for process ID number, and then you provide the process ID, and you get that one. So in this case, we showed you a number of things. Here I could also change this PID and say $, PowerShell version, let's say PowerShell. It's not case sensitive, but I'm going to write it so you can see it easily. PowerShell version table, when you run this one, this is another hash key pair, and you can see the output in a nice format here. You can see here, after hello world, which is this one, you'll see the key pair value of PowerShell version. So if you're looking for the only PowerShell version, obviously you type in .ps version. And then that would give you the version, PS version here, you can see. And if you just say, give me the PS edition, you could get the PS edition, or you could say, show me the OS version. Which one is it? The Linux Ubuntu, it should tell you it is Linux Ubuntu long-term support. And then you can also say cat etc os-release, it will give you that. Or you could just say here, and instead of this line, you could just say cat -n etc os-release. And that would give you the same output here. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it. I'm going to exit out of code, and now I'm back on git dash process. So just to let you know, the choice is unlimited, and it's so much limitless. The sky is the limit. Man pwd give you man pages. Man PowerShell. Notice that PowerShell command is here. That means I have to produce the PDF file for you. I will do that later another day. But man command against any of them, pwsh long-term support will also give you the PowerShell version. So I believe you can do everything you could inside PowerShell. If you want to say GCC dash version, you can see GNU C collection compiler, G++ dash version. And if you want to compile, obviously, you can do it inside Linux, you can do inside Python, you can do inside PowerShell, and the choice is yours. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and please make sure that you watch our videos and enjoy it and learn it and share it with your loved ones and friends. And then when you find a job or something, help your friends and families and others to do the same for themselves. And if you could share these pages and documentation for them, I really appreciate it, because I did it for the sake of helping humanity around the globe, everywhere, no matter what country or where nationality. I did it for everybody, and I just want to help out in the society. God bless you all. Take care, and then have fun. Bye.